No one's going to want to watch us, though. They're all watching the Breaking Point Awards. Breaking Point X the flank. We have no friends.
No friends.
No friends at all. We start the Twitch stream. No friends. Okay. Open that page up. Let's open that bitch up. Let's see. Who's going to be our friends and who's watching Breaking Point? That's the question. Actually, let me take the tags off of this. Big fucking brain over here. Wait a second. Do that. What up, Matthew? FAZE out of playoffs? What, for R6? I think I saw they lost 7-0 map 1 today. What up, Cheese Man? First like out of Matthew. That's a W. That's a W. All right, we're live on Twitch. We're live on the tube. We don't have Alex yet, so we're gonna wait. Should I shoot him a text?
Leave it to Alex, bro. Chat. What's up, bros?
How we doing, man? Cohen, what's up? Cohen, 3:30 a.m., brother. You can go to sleep, dog. But we appreciate you being here. 3:30 a.m. is crazy, though.
That is crazy. It's Friday, though.
That is Friday. It's very tippable out of you. It's very, very tippable out of you. Oh, Exotic with the sub on Twitch. Yo, shout out Exotic for the sub. That's my guy, Kevin, bro. Shout out Kevin with the sub. Also, shout out LB Season, a.k.a. Lando, for the sub. Absolute legend. Subbed off stream, but hey, we love them all the same. Let me get this tweet out real quick.
Simp wins S&D Player of the Year.
Simp won S&D Player of the Year. That was my vote. That was my vote. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Simp, Abisi, and Cell got top 3 votes.
Yeah.
Fuck?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, let me get that tweet out. Bang. We are live now. Well, obviously everyone in chat knows we're live because they can hear us and see us, hopefully. Hear us and see us. The new mobile Twitch overlay. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the new Twitch overlay on mobile. I have not used it yet, but I have seen a lot of complaints about it. So it must be dog shit. It really must be. All right. What's good, chat? How's everyone doing, man? How's everyone's Friday night or Friday morning, I guess, kind of, if you're an EU like Cohen? What's good, Slothy? I know, dude, this guy's so Hollywood, bro. Look at him. He's drinking a beer on stream, bro. Hollywood motherfucker. He's getting turned for a little around the CDL. Modelo time.
To be fair, this wasn't for the podcast. This is for rank play. Kids were getting pissed on.
They were getting pissed on. Like the COD menu? Oh, Lord. Everyone loves that Hulu-style menu now, huh? They love that shit. All right, I should probably retweet the tweet so people know we're actually live. Where does this shit go? There it is, bang. Retweeted. Retweeted. We'll see if Alex shows up. We'll see. I got my top 20 list right here, though, written down on this notepad. I don't know how I feel about my top 20 list. Like, I feel like it's good. I mean, obviously, it's good enough that I didn't change it anymore, but dude, it was hard, bro. It was really hard.
Nope, I did mine in 5 minutes. Perfect. I would make no changes.
Yeah, you just did it off top.
I made a list and then I made a few revisions and I went back and made one more revision. So I did make 3 technical drafts, I guess.
There you go. Not bad, not bad.
RC's a free agent? No way. Not for the EWC. There's no way.
I see people cooking already in Zoo Mafia. Apparently, Kismet was higher than Dashy, and Linz was higher than Shotzi, an SND Player of the Year in the Breaking Point Flank voting. Everyone's getting cooked, bro. Everyone's getting it. After EWC, we have to wait till the CDL. Yeah, after EWC, there will be no more professional Call of Duty matches or events until December, probably, when the CDL starts again.
Oh, okay. He's a restricted free agent for next season. He's still competing at EWC.
Yeah, yeah.
Restricted free agent. Huge thank you to everyone at OMIT for supporting me. My time during Challengers, winning Challengers champs has fueled my drive. I'm now more determined than ever to compete for championships next season in the league. I low-key think Alex still got some in the tank, bro.
I think he might get a chance. I mean, listen, bro, if accuracy's still getting chances, I think RCD's gets another one.
I agree. I just don't think that Seattle team was going to work anyways. If it was Alec and Abuza only, and they had 2 subs, it might be a different story.
Mm-hmm.
But they went into the season with 3 ARs, bro. Like, it wasn't ever going to work. What? I'm on stream. Don't say something stupid.
Say something really stupid. Say something really stupid, actually.
Don't.
You'll sue CDL if we only get 4 majors? Please do. Please do.
Run scores. A rundown between first and second. Now coming home. Here's the
Hold on, bro. I got an idea. I'm gonna let me put us on. Oh shit, our cameras are all fucked up.
No, get off my mouse pad. Love you, but get off my mouse.
Back up, cat, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, Kayla? How's the concert? Like 5-6 majors plus champs next year? I hope. Look what Jake said earlier. What did I say, bro? What did I say, Cohen? Tyler, what's good? How we doing? How's your Friday? All right, who's the Breaking Point flank gonna have as objective player of the year? I think there's only one answer here, right?
Dashy.
Imagine if they don't pick Dashy. Imagine they do a Booza or Insight.
No. It's
Celium is one of the nominees, by the way. People say Cell don't play objective like that. He was one of the nominees for objective player of the year, just for the record.
It's Dashy.
Waiting for Nile. You guys think it's Dashy, actually, though? I don't know, dude. I don't think it might not be him.
Bro, it's Dashy.
For MC, but that's cool.
They're wrong if it's not.
All right.
Wouldn't have put him in there myself, but
Let's take a look here and see what's going on. The winner,
Cohen, you did that yourself, bro.
Goes to the one and only
Abuza.
Bruce.
Oh, Dashy wins it. Dashy wins it.
Dashy.
As he should.
Dashy wins it. Season just ended. You already won another stage. Hey, dude, we get EWC, man. It's like a whole nother stage. Like a whole nother stage. Oh, man. Hey, at least we'll be able to start the show in 25, 30 minutes. When Alex gets here. Maybe 50 minutes. Maybe an hour. I don't think he's ever showing up, actually. I take it back.
OBJ Player of the Year. That's my guy right there. That is my guy right there.
The only award he can win.
Lock in.
I mean, someone's got to play the objective. Someone's got to play it.
I think that's
Bro just won champs. Lock in.
This year. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts?
Someone's got to. Oh, shit. I see someone loading in on Discord.
Here he is.
Oh, shit. Here he is. Oh, shit. Chat, he's here. Optic
Oh, shit,
Texas
we're live?
banner. Oh, we're live, bro. We're live. Sorry, maybe I should have said that as soon as you joined.
Yeah, I was
Just
about
in
to say
case
some
you went
shit.
rogue and you said
I was about to say some rogue shit.
You was about to say I hate Optic. I'm a FaZe fan. Behind
Wait.
the scenes.
Wait a minute.
Something like that. Something like that.
These BP awards have no value. I mean, shit, they got same amount of value as our awards did, I guess. Probably more, but our awards had no value either. It's just for funsies. It's all for funsies.
All I know is ours were better.
Haha, W. Y'all playing customs or ranked? We're not playing anything right now. We are not playing anything right now. We are
Not at all, brothers.
we're podcasting. Alex is dehydrated, bro. You dehydrated?
Low key. Yeah. I took my girl's water bottle.
Hell yeah, bro. It's okay if you have a pink water bottle, bro. It's all good.
Ready? I am ready.
All right,
hold
let's
on.
get it. I don't
Hell
have a
yeah.
keyboard, so I hope I don't have to type anything in.
No, brother. Listen. I run the show around here, all right? I'll
Okay.
type it in.
That's Mr. Hollywood.
I'll type it in.
That's Mr. Hollywood. My bad. That's
No,
on me.
Preston's Mr. Hollywood.
No, that's you, man. Everyone
Nah.
knows Jake Maverick.
That's
This
definitely
dude had
not true.
people across the stage yelling his
Nah,
name.
he's
Jake,
lying now.
Jake,
That's crazy.
Jake.
That's just crazy.
LAT is dog shit, Jake.
And no, dude, if someone said that to me, I might have cried.
I
All
wear
right.
pink songs because I have no shame. That's good.
That's
work right
crazy.
there.
Let's go. I mean, to each their own. You know what I'm saying? To each their own. All right. I guess let's just get into this chat. We're probably going to have a quicker show tonight because Preston over here has got to wake up at the crack of dawn. So,
I wish I was in that ass crack.
Jesus Christ.
You're welcome anytime, baby girl.
So we're probably going to be relatively quick chat. We're doing our top 20 all time. I mean, I'm going to explain when we start the show. So are we ready for me to run the intro?
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
All
Ready.
right. I'm going to run the intro in 3, 2, and 1. What's going on, Call of Duty fans, and welcome back to episode 29, I believe, of Around the CDL. We're almost at that big 30. And today we're doing our top 20 from this season from Modern Warfare 3. But before that, real quick, boys, how are we feeling?
Great, man. Happy to be here. As always, top 20 of the season. That's pretty exciting. I hope our lists are a bit different, but not too different. So we know what we're kind of talking about a little bit. But I'm excited to get into it. And yeah, I mean, it's been a great day and happy to have everybody here. So let's have some fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to get our lists together. I mean, we're what, like 14, damn near 2 weeks away from EWC starting. So
Yeah, last
can't wait
now.
for that. So yeah, I mean, just excited to get that going. Because then after that, I don't know what we're doing with our lives. You know, I just have to, I don't know, find a new hobby or something, go touch some grass. Yeah, excited for that.
Facts. I mean, listen, luckily, pretty much a week after EWC ends or something around that, we get COD Next into the Black Ops 6 beta. So at least for a week there, or 2 weeks there, we get the early access beta into the open beta. So that'll be something to do. But then after that, we'll have a solid, you know, month and a half-ish or whatever till with nothing. So
I swear to God, if this game isn't the greatest COD of all time, I
think
swear.
it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great.
I swear.
But yeah. All right, so chat, here's what we're going to do, man. Let me switch the camera over. Hold on. 1 second. L production. Bang. Okay, it's the same way we did our top 30 all-time list. I'm just going to put it on this spreadsheet on screen. It's the easiest way I can do it. You know what I'm saying? We have our top 20. We all made our own individual list of top 20 players from this season, Modern Warfare 3 only. Nothing else included. It doesn't matter how many. You could have 15 rings in the previous years. If you were asked this year, you're not making the top 20. It doesn't matter. So strictly this year, we all did our own list. Like I said, this shit was hard. I'm not going to lie. There's definitely tiers, but like this shit was hard. And we'll talk about it as we go through it. But yeah, boys, how was making the list? Was it as difficult for you guys as it was for me, or did you guys just off top, you were just done?
Honestly, It was pretty much just off top. I was like, I know
Oh shit.
who's gonna win. Again, kind of like one of those champ bracket things where it was just my gut was just telling me
Your
these people
champs
go
bracket
here.
cooked, so
So I mean, I just did it willy nilly. I was just like, Preston said, make your top 20. I mean, Jake said make your top 20, and I just knocked it out within like 5 minutes.
I'll tell you what I did. I broke it into top 4 teams, bottom 8 teams. I took the players from the top 4 that I knew would make it on the list. And those, I think it was 13 out of 16 players that made it in the top 20. I threw them into an area I thought would be there. And then I listed the other names of the players on the bottom 8 that I think would make the top 20. And I assorted them as such, as we will find out. So I think that worked for me. I just think that going from the top 4 teams to breaking them off by themselves made it easier for me to decipher where I was going to go, how many players I had to pick from the bottom 8.
damn. So we all did it differently, which is interesting because I made a couple videos recently using stats to rank players from this season. So I kind of used my stats list as a baseline and then put my own opinion and my own eye test into it to kind of decide. So it's going to be interesting, man. I feel like it should probably end up looking pretty similar, but I mean, the top 4 is very debatable. I feel like 5 through 11, 12 is pretty debatable. And then, 13 through 20 probably could be debatable too. So shit, man, let's just get into it. How do you guys want to do this? Do you want to go like 3 at a time, 5 at a time, 1 at a time?
I say we do 1. We did
All
5
right.
at a time for 30. I say we
Fuck
just
it.
go 1 at a time.
Let's go 1 at a time. You're
you're
the one
making
who's
a
on the
list.
time restriction anyway, so it's up to you.
Nah, I mean, I'm not really on a time restriction. I
No,
might
no,
play
no.
COD after this. I'm just messing around.
Oh, this
I'm down to play, brother.
I just can't be up till like 3 a.m. because my fiance will kill me.
Oh man.
Listen,
fiance.
chat, I swear I'm not a part-timer. I'm touring wedding venue number 2 tomorrow.
He's
so
a part-timer.
I have responsibilities.
He's whipped and he's a
unfortunately.
part-timer.
I'm getting married. Lock it. You did the same thing. Don't even.
I did do the same thing. You're not wrong. All right, so I mean, yeah, we can start at 20 and we'll work our way one by one. Alex, you're the first one on the screen, so you're gonna have to give us 20 first.
I have some honorable mentions. If I
Okay,
could.
we can throw some honorable mentions. I wrote a couple
some
down too.
honorable
I wasn't
mentions.
sure if you guys were gonna have any.
I have 4.
Okay, hold on.
People might say that one of my very first honorable mention should probably be in the top 20. Just let me know when you're ready, Jake.
Yeah, no, you can just start going.
Okay. So is it the first? No, the last, I guess you could say, honorable mention, is DC Diamond Con.
Okay.
I mean, he had a pretty good season. I wouldn't call it great, but he was definitely one of the only shining stars on LAG, and he definitely. We have some beverages on the stream today.
Yeah, he's got a Modelo, bro.
I did not see that.
He's got that Modelo.
But yeah, so DC, he's, like I said, probably one of the only shining stars within LAG. I mean, not LAG anymore because he's on a rocker now, but nonetheless, he was probably one of their best, if not the best players at times throughout the season. So had to put him on there. They got a top 3, have to acknowledge that. But other than that, I think, like I said, him and Estro are probably the only ones, other shining spots within LAG other than Flames, who came in a little late. But speaking of Estro, he is my 4th. My 4th, or no, my 3rd honorable mention. Sorry.
3rd. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Again, I thought I picked him to be my rookie of the year after his team getting top 3. Gwen still ended up winning. Again, Gwen had an outstanding season, so I can't blame him for that. But Estro, great player. Like I said, him and Diamond Con are probably the only shiny lights within LAG. And I'm excited to see what he does with Lens, honestly, on Rocker. So we'll see how that goes. My second honorable mention is Gio. I mean, kid came into the league and pretty much just lit everyone up. People call him the evil Shotzi, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, kid was great. Fit really well into that Vegas team. I know people joke around that when they screamed FaZe Black, they were screaming them to see who was going to replace Sandy, and I mean, guess it was Gio because he was absolutely popping off during scrims. But yeah, I mean, he came in and I'm pretty sure I don't know if he broke the record or if he still has that record of most kills in the hard point, 44 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, kid's gross. He has a straight shot, and I got to tip it to him. So he's on my honorable mention. And then my last honorable mention will be Abuza. Again, I know some people have him in top 20. Some people may have him in top 20. Kid was gross towards
Alright.
the second half of the season, but it wasn't his fault that he was on the wrong row at the beginning of the year. But he was not the greatest at the beginning of the year. I mean, people were, yeah, he was just not great. He definitely did get better. He was definitely their best player towards the end of the half of the season. I mean, he was their best player at champs. But unfortunately, that was not enough to carry them past the top 8 or whatever they got. I don't remember. Top 8, top 12.
Yeah, I
top
think
6.
I think they went out top 8, right, at champs?
Top 8. Yep.
Yeah. So kind of
Yeah,
sucks. Wish they were done a lot more. Nonetheless, though, that is my last honorable mention. So those are my 4 honorable mentions: Abuza, Geo, SGO, and Diamond Con. And then number 20, I mean, my guy was pretty sucky. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, you could probably like replace these 2 players, or you could probably replace Abuza with him. But I have Kismet. Kismet, top 20. I mean, he was on NYSL. He definitely popped off during Major 4. He showed who he could be, but just throughout the season, he was just not playing how he played last season. Honestly, I was really debating about leaving number 19 and number 20 out of this list because they just did not have great seasons overall. And you could have very easily replaced them with Abuza and Gio, honestly. But because they got that first place at Major 4, which will kind of give you a hint of who number 19 is, I had to put them up there, had to show them some type of respect. They got second at champs. They did what they were supposed to do to get a major and second at champs. So gotta show them some love. But yeah, I have Kisman out there. Like I said, he didn't have the greatest season, but he did okay to help them secure a Major 4 win. And just at champs, he again kind of fell off a little bit. So that's who's my number 20.
All right.
All right. Preston, you got any honorable mentions for us?
I do. I have 3.
All right, let's hear it.
At my 3rd honorable mention is Envoy. Now, in terms of years, this is probably Envoy's worst year of the CDL, I would say. He had parts of the year where he was struggling really, really bad, which is why he's outside of my top 20. However, I'd feel remiss to not give him an honorable mention for the pure reason that when he was playing to his standards, Toronto looked insane. Major 1, he was playing lights out at the Major. They won. They dominated everybody. Major 2, he struggled. They sucked. Major 3, he came back, was working on his game. They made it to grand finals. They lost grand finals, but they looked much better as a team. Champs, he was playing champs very well. They got 3rd place. When he was playing well, they were playing well. And I think that's a testament to Dill and the player that he is and the impact that he has on the map. He's my 3rd honorable mention. 2, and I guess I'll just go with 1 because Alex had both of them. I got Diamond Con and Geo. I like both of these guys. I think they're both nasty. I think there's 20 people that play better than both of them this year. Honestly, kind of both similar in their styles. The only thing is I think Geo just gets a bit more aggressive. He gets in more engagements per map. But in terms of like shooting straight and game IQ, I mean, these guys know what they're doing. They're both super, super, super straight shooters. They're both nasty. And when they are playing well, they are fantastic player. I'd like to see some more consistency out of both of them before I could put them in the top 20. Yeah, so those are my honorable mentions.
All right.
At 20, this might be a little low. I don't know.
Shit. What is he gonna say?
I have Simp. I'm just.
Can you imagine? Bro, for a second, I did a double take. For a second, I did a double take.
No, I'm just kidding. I have Insight. I have Insight at 20. Again, kind of like similar to Envoy, right? When he was playing, Toronto looked insane. But just so inconsistent this year. I just think that for me, Insight made it in that top 20 and Dill just made it out because Insight plays more of the refined role. You kind of expect the same thing out of Insight every single year, every single game. He's locking down your spawns. He's playing the lanes. He's a good S&D player. He's just in the right spots. So he's not necessarily needed to play well for your team to do good because he's going to do the job for you anyways, regardless if he's playing well. I mean, he was absolutely getting smoked at parts of the times, and they still looked insane. So I think that's just the player that he is. That's how intelligent of a player he is. I think for that reason, he's 20 for me.
Okay. All right. We got 2 different players at number 20. That's good. I like that. All right. I'll do my honorable mentions. I wrote down like 7 of them, so I'll just do 5 since that's the amount of spots I put down. And I really didn't rank these, so like I guess I'll try to quickly sort of put it in my head, but they're just honorable mentions. They're all just right outside of top 20. I think they're all kind of interchangeable. For one of my honorable mentions, or for the first one, I'm going to go TJ, bro. I think TJ Halley had a pretty solid year. I think he was consistent. I think he was impactful. And I honestly thought TJ had a good enough year that I feel like we'll see him again in the league next season. So shout out to TJ for a pretty good bounce back year, honestly. I think he was like top 3 in our most improved player voting when we did the awards. So shout out to TJ. Another honorable mention, I had Kismet. I did not have Kiz in my top 20, but they won an event. He obviously was exceptional at the event they won. They got a grand finals, even though he was pretty bad at champs. Not the greatest year for Kiz, but statistically, if you saw the video I made, statistically, Kiz actually was fairly impactful. He just wasn't the Kiz that we're used to seeing as after last year, especially Lanimal Kiz. Another honorable mention, his teammate Skies. I had Skies also as an honorable mention on my list. I was so close to putting him at number 20. I feel like Skies had a good start this season, and then he kind of fell off towards the end. Obviously, towards the end, the team actually played better, so maybe it wasn't him falling off. It was more him taking a more passive role, which just enabled Sib or someone to be better. But I definitely think Skies could be in a top 20. Another honorable mention, I have Metals. I think Metals had a pretty good season, honestly. Major 1, he was great. Or Stage 1, he was great. Stage 4, he was great. I think he was probably the highest peak player on that Miami team. And then last but not least on that, I also have another Miami player. I'm going with Real. I think Real, maybe individually his numbers don't look like top 20 worthy, but we all saw how much he impacted that team when he joined them. I mean, they went from not winning a map on land to getting like a top 8 and a top 6 and like kind of just having a much better season. So, and I also think someone like 04 could be in that conversation as well, because he had a similar impact on Seattle when he came in. But those are just a few honorable mentions, not really in order, but that's just a couple people I definitely was in consideration for my list. But then my number 20, someone who both of you guys had, but as honorable mentions, I have Gio in my number 20 spot. I think Gio was good, man. I think Gio was really good. Vegas is a hard team to rate because they didn't have the team success, but individually, a lot of their player numbers look pretty good. But I think Gio was good, man. I think he was impactful. He played like a slaying AR type of role. He didn't really play a lot of objective, but I guess he didn't really need to, or maybe he should have. I don't know. Their team didn't really end up doing that good, but I thought Gio was really good, and I felt like he was good enough individually to be in the top 20 for me. All right, Alex, we go to you for 19.
But so I kind of alluded to it that this person was NYSL. I actually have Skies at my number 19. Pretty much what Jake said. Skies at the beginning of the season, I remember this. We had talks about him being a top 5 AR at some point. That's just how good he was. But again, maybe he had to take that step back in order for NYSL to get better, or for Sib to, shine a little bit more, whatever it was. But his season definitely took a downward spiral. After I think like Major 1, like halfway through Major 2, it kind of just went downhill for him. Again, I don't know if it was just by choice or if he just unfortunately just started to suck, which I don't think it was that. I'm pretty sure it was by choice, or kind of just, hey, we need you to take a step back so that these players can shine a little bit more. But nonetheless, if he was still playing at that level that he was playing during Major 1 qualifiers, I mean, my guy was nasty. Like I said, we were having conversations about him being a top 5 AR. So, yeah, I have Skies at 19. Again, he also won Major 4, got second at champ, so got to tip it to him. He did what he had to do in order for his team to succeed. And yeah.
All right. Preston, 19.
Yeah. My 19, I have Estriel.
Damn. Good
he
tip.
he was my pick for Rookie of the Year in the awards. Maybe not the best statistical season among the rookies, but I think that he is a big reason for them making champs. He's a big reason for the LAG having the most successful split of matches that they've had in the CDL. He's a big reason for a lot of things for this team. And I really think that he is a very talented player. I think he has a lot of promise. I'm excited to see him with the SMD Lins duo. I'm excited to see that. I think those two can maybe work as a tandem pretty well because I wasn't convinced that Standy and Lins were going to work too well together. They ended up not working well together, but I think Estriel and Lins have the chance to do something pretty nice together. So we'll see. Maybe these two can work it out, and those two can be a duo going forward. But I just think Estriel is a kid that he impressed me a lot this year. I knew nothing about him coming into the season. As far as I know, he was just a Black Ops 4 rank grinder. Never really had much. I mean, he played a little bit in challengers from what I understand. But for being in the first year of CDL, and I mean, no disrespect to LAG, but getting thrown on LAG as your team and still being as impressive as you were, I think it deserves a top 20 for me, and in that fact, 19. So, shout out Estriel, man.
For sure. Shout out Estriel. That Minnesota Rocker team should be significantly better with the addition of Estriel and Diamond Con, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, for my number 19, I also have a rookie, different rookie, but I have Abuza at number 19. I think Abuza, on the SMG role was clearly not his thing. Once he moved to the AR, he got significantly, like 10 times better. And on LAN, Abuza was also really, really good. Seattle, obviously, I mean, how many maps did they play on LAN compared to some of the other teams? Obviously, maybe not as much. They might have actually been, probably LAG, but I think Seattle might have been like the 7th most maps on LAN out of the teams, or the 6th most maps on LANs. I don't know. They played a decent amount. And I think Abuza was good. I think Abuza was good on LAN. I think he was great on an AR when he switched. If he was on an AR all year, he might be pushing top 15, honestly. So shout out to Abuza. I think he honestly had a really good year, and I'm excited to see what happens with him because he's a unrestricted free agent this offseason. So he could go anywhere. We'll see where he ends up, but I think he's one of the hotter prospects on the market. So shout out to Abuza. He's my 19. Alex,
Nice.
we go to you for 18.
Gotcha. Hold on. My thing is messing up. Oh,
You were
no.
good, bro. You were good.
Okay. Number 18. I have Dill, my guy Dill, Envoy. He definitely didn't have the greatest season, I will say that. Major one, they won Major one, even though they got outslayed. Didn't have the best land performance in Major one, but they still won that. Major 2, Major 3, that's when everything kind of just fell off for him. I mean, pretty tough to see. People were telling him that he needed to get dropped. Just overall rough scenes for him. But he actually picked it up really well for Major 4 and Champs. He actually played pretty well at Champs and at Major 4. And so because of that, like you could tell there was definitely some improvement for him. He was one of the only players that I think he only went negative when they when they first lost to LA Thieves. But then every other series after that, he went positive. Even when they lost against New York, I think him and Scrap were the only ones that went positive. So got to give it to him. Like I said, other than that Major 2 and that Major 3, I think he had a really solid season. So I have him at 18.
Okay. Preston.
All right, 18. I guess this might be a hot take. Based on what you guys are saying with your honorable mentions and the dialect you guys are using, I don't know if you have this guy on your list at all, but I have Lucky from the Heretics. I think that there are times he is one of the best S&D players in the league. I mean, the guy was unbelievably consistent in S&D this year. You look at the numbers, the numbers per map of S&D that he plays is unbelievable. And I mean, Search and Destroy alone might not be enough to get you into the top 20. That's a valid take, but I think that just overall, he's a very, very solid player. I like his game style. I like the way that he plays. He's fairly aggressive. He's a very, very, very accurate AR. And I think he's very talented. And I think he's a very big reason for Miami. Real came into the team. They got top 6. I made a tweet on your post not too long ago saying he really turned that team around. But I think Lucky being as consistent as he was this season was also a big reason for them for their season. And yeah, I have him at 18.
I like it. I have him written down as one of my honorable mentions. I almost said him instead of Real, but I picked Real because I was like, that he definitely turned that team around. But no,
Okay.
I agree. I think Lucky, for me, he was like on that border. So I think 18 is a fair spot for Lucky for sure. I like the love. I like the love for Lucky.
Anybody but Pickle.
Oh my god, that's insane. For my number 18, I actually matched Alex. I had Dylan Envoy as my number 18 player on my list. I think Envoy, I mean, like we already said, you both already touched on him. He had his ups and downs. He was pretty good towards the end of the season. He was good at the beginning of the season. Kleenex has talked pretty highly of Envoy, saying Envoy, really enables him to just play his best COD. He doesn't have to worry about anything. So Envoy does a lot of the dirty work, which sometimes can, not be easy to get out of a rut when you're also focusing on hitting routes and stuff like that. So I think Envoy, at the end of the day, despite his ups and downs, was still a very impactful player. And obviously, Toronto did get a win, so I have him at 18. All right, to number 17, Alex, what are we thinking?
Number 17, I have the rookie of the year. I have Gwen.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, my guy Gwen. Some people might say he's too low. He won rookie of the year for a reason. You're right. I mean, some people might have him a little higher. Gwen, outstanding rookie. I mean, he deserved rookie of the year ever since he came to the league. I think Jake at the beginning of the year did you not pick Gwen or did you pick Abuza to be your rookie of the year?
I picked Gwen. Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah,
had Gwen.
so-
Yeah, it was no shot in the dark, but I got it right.
Yeah, so I mean, Gwen, he was outstanding online. The thing that really hurts him is his land performance, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know if it was just he was on he was the nerves, he just got the oopsies or the whoops or whatever you're gonna
The
call it.
The
yips.
yips.
Yes, there we go. The yips during land.
The oopsies.
But I mean,
he got the oopsies.
but he was still a great player. I got to give it to him. He was at for a lot of the season, he was the only person carrying Ravens to try and get to champs at the beginning of the season. I mean, when he had the kill record series against NYSL, that was literally all Gwen. Like, he literally put Clay, Fellow, and TJ in his backpack and just said, just stay in here and I got this.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, he was definitely their star this year, and I would imagine that the Ravens want to keep him for next year. But yeah, I have him at 17. Again, did really well, had great stats online, but just online, he didn't really perform like that, unfortunately.
All right. Rookie of the year. To Preston.
17. I got the man, Dylan Attach. I think this guy. Listen, at one point in the year, we were calling him a top 3, 4 AR. That stage 1, stage 2 early season, he was absolutely unbelievable. Consistent 1.3, 1.4s every single series. While he did fall off with all the team changes, the roster moves that they did, his season was still unbelievable. Yes, they fell short. They didn't make champs, and I get that. Which, honestly, if he did make champs, he'd probably be higher on my list. I just think the individual statistical season that he had is just way too good to be unnoticed. And he is my 17. Shout out Dill, man. Shout out Dill.
Shout out Attached, man. I'm sure we'll be seeing him on everyone's list most likely. But hey, you never know, right? You never know. For my number 17, I have Envoy's main AR. I have Insight. I have him right above Envoy. You could switch these in my original list. I actually did have these switched, and then I switched them last minute. I think Insight was just a bit more consistent, but then again, it's easier to be consistent on his role, right? He's obviously playing slower, but he plays a lot of objective. He's pretty solid, I think, Insight. I don't think it was his best year. It might arguably be maybe his worst year since being in the league, and it wasn't even really bad, obviously, because we all at least have. I mean, I guess Alex hasn't touched on him yet, but you had him in 20. I have him in 17. So I think Insight had a good season. Maybe a little less than what we expect from Insight, but overall, I still think it was good. And I mean, I have him in 17, so obviously out of 65 players or something that played this year, that's still pretty solid. All
For
right,
sure.
16, Alex.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look at some real quick.
Oh.
Or we'll talk about it right now. I have insight at 16.
There
Funny
we
enough. As you just mentioned him. Yeah, I mean, which is what I was gonna look up right now. I'm pretty sure he won Major One MVP, right? For like grand
Nah,
finals and stuff.
Kleenex did.
Kleenex, okay. So I have him a little higher on the list, but yeah, insight. I mean, pretty much how you say it, if this is his like down year, for most players, this should probably be a really good season for them. I mean, again, he probably didn't have the crazy numbers, but again, it's kind of hard when you have Scrap on your team who's just absolutely doing everything for you. But he still had a really solid season. I mean, they won Major One. I think he had like a 1.0 across the board, except for like on control or something like that. I don't know, but I mean, when you have Scrap on control, it's kind of hard to do anything. The Scrap is literally just killing everybody and doing everything. So, yeah, I mean, just had a really good season, even though this is considered one of his down seasons, I would say. Still a really good season for him. So, yeah, have insight at 16.
That boy Jamie.
You guys are making me think I underrated Jamie a little bit. Dang.
I mean, you had him at 20. I mean, it's really
I did.
not. It's really
I
not
did.
that
I have him
far.
at 20.
You know, it's really not that big.
My 16, I have the. That is unbelievable, Rick. That is unbelievable. I
Oh my
have
god.
the rookie of the year. I have Quinn. I didn't know where to put him. I felt like this was probably fair.
I feel like you figured out where to put him, right?
Yeah, I did. He didn't make champs, so I couldn't have him too high, but I was impressed with his rookie season. Do I think he deserved to win Rookie of the Year? Probably not.
Oof.
But that's okay. I picked Estriel because he made it, but this guy's individual statistics, undeniable. Practically leads rookies in almost every single statistical category, minus like I think 2. So definitely had an insane year. Alex mentioned the absolute takeover series versus New York. The guy has the potential to be very, very good in this league for a long time. He's young. He's raw. I think Clay got some good training for him this year. And I think it's a shame that Clay had as bad as a year as he did individually, or I think Carolina could have been a lot better. I just wanted to see more from Clay this year. I think they could have been a better team. Teach had a solid year, but yeah, man, I have Gwyn at 16. I'm excited to see what that guy does. I'm excited to see what he does with some new teammates, fresh faces, and on a Treyarch game. He's my 16.
I like it. I like it. I like it so much. I'm just gonna match you. I also have Gwyn at 16.
Nice.
I mean, there's not really obviously much more for me to say. I think Gwyn was really good. He was my rookie of the year prediction. He was my rookie of the year vote at the end of the season. I think he's good, man. Obviously, his land performance, like Alex said, dipped a little bit. But even if you look at his land stats, he still kind of had, I think, above a 1.0 across the board on land anyway. Like, it could have been a case of Fellow and Clay were just slamming on land because they were. So, who knows what it was with Gwyn, but I thought he was good enough that, I mean, he just misses out on the top 15, but I really think this whole region in here, like, you could mix and match as well. So, I got Gwyn at 16. We'll move to Alex for our first number 15.
Number 15. This is where things start to get spicy for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I have a comeback of the year candidate or comeback player of the year candidate, and a really underrated player, honestly, in my opinion. I have Nero at number 15. I mean, my guy to be consistently just dropping bombs. He's a little consistent sometimes, yes, but when he's on, I mean, he's on. He's probably just one of, if not the hardest kills in the league. So, yeah, I have Nero. Like I said, I think he could have won comeback player of the year along with his other teammate Attach. They were definitely 1A, 1B for me in that category when we voted. But just overall, I mean, he had a great year. I know there were some times where he had some slumps and stuff like that, but overall, great year. Great stats out of him. Like I said, when he's on. He's one of the hardest kills in the league, without a doubt. And he's just always in your face, just running at you no matter what. So yeah, got to give it to Nero.
I like it. Preston.
Yeah, my 15, I have Abuza.
Okay, so you highly rate Abuza.
I do. I think that if Abuza was on his rule the entire season, he's without a doubt Rookie of the Year. I think Seattle is better from the jump. I think if they don't go into the start of the season with a 3 AR team and make as many roster moves as they make, that Abuza has a standout season. I think individually he is insane. We saw him at Champs go toe-to-toe with Hydra in a series with kills. They tied the exact amount of kills with Hydra.
Yeah.
This guy's potential is through the roof. He's young. He's a rookie. I think his talent is exponential. And I think 15 is a great spot for him. I do think he probably should have won Rookie of the Year over Gwyn as well, but I digress. It is what it is. I got a booze at 15, let alone the objective work that he does too. Guy does it all.
Yeah, definitely top 2, top 3 objective player this year, right? Maybe top 2, him and Dashy.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Abuza. So I think that's probably the highest rated rookie on any of our lists, is probably you having Abuza at 15, if I had to guess. I guess you never know.
I got one way higher.
Yeah, you got Snoopy all the way up there?
I do.
All right. Very nice. At my number 15, I have Dylan Attach. I think Attach was a consistent variable for Vegas all year. He was good at every single mode. I mean, Vegas was a pretty ass SND team, and he was by far their best player. Like, he was pretty solid at SND this season. Like Preston said, we're talking about him as a top 3, top 4, top 5 AR at multiple points this season. And yeah, I definitely think I mean, not a whole lot to say. I think Attach was, compared to last year, obviously incredible. He had a really great season, and I'm sure we're going to see him on a team next year unless he decides to hang it up, which I don't think he will. Not off of that season. But then again, Octane retired after having a good season, so you never know, right? All right, Alex, number 14.
Yeah, I have the comeback player of the year. I have that boy Dylan Attach. I mean, we pretty much all said it. I mean, he was, at one point we were like, this guy Attach might be top 3 AR in the league. Like, my guy is shooting straight. And I mean, there's already some, I know his team had some turmoil with all the changes from Purge and Standy and then to Johnny. There's just a bunch of chaos, unfortunately. I'm trying to forget that. But yeah, I mean, he even through all that, he still had, I think, the 6th, 7th, 8th highest KD in the league, somewhere around.
I think it was 5th.
So shit, even higher than that. So even through all that, I mean, he definitely tipped off a little bit, but I think from like major 1 to major 2.5 to major 3, he was still really good. So like I said, he's my comeback player of the year. Did not deserve to get dropped from Rocker last year. He did, and now look where he's at, having the 5th highest KD. You know, I honestly hope that they go far in EWC. But yeah, that's my number 14. Dylan Attach.
They're in the Optic group, so we'll see just how far they can make it.
Yeah. My 14, I have somebody who was just mentioned who is vastly underrated by a lot of people. It's Nero. I think this guy is freaking gross. And I think in our very first episode that we did on this show, we picked like an underrated dark horse team or underrated dark horse player. And I said Vegas, for the reason of Nero. I love this guy as a player. I love this guy. Everything about this dude in terms of Call of Duty, this guy is insane. His pace that he sets, his talent. This guy is just absolutely flying at all times. He shoots unbelievably straight. And I actually think that his COD IQ is pretty good. He's a great S&D player as well. There's a lot to like about Nero. And I really hope that a higher middle of the pack team picks him up next year. And he really gets a shot to shine, because I don't think he was done right on Boston. And I really want to see his talent come to fruition and really take a step forward next year.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I have Nero at number 14 too. I also have Nero at 14. Everything you guys said is obviously true. Like, listen, if LAT make changes, which they probably will, I would love to see Nero come to LAT. I think he's a player that could even potentially replace someone like Kismet on a New York Subliners, which is how good he was this season. He plays a similar role. He plays really fast. His gunny is insane. He's a 2-piece, 3-piece machine. I've been saying for years, he's one of my favorite underrated players. I think he's been underrated for a while. And I think after this year, most people probably woke up. Now, they didn't make champs, so maybe some people kind of will disregard some of the things that Nero Attach those guys did this year. But I mean, Nero plays the hardest role in the game, right? Playing a fast-paced SMG, especially on this game, being very AR heavy and very AR heavy maps. I think he had a great season. Really, really great season. So shout out to Nero. And we move. This is right here, in my opinion, where we get into a new tier. I think this is the new tier in my list when we got to 13.
Me too.
Because this is where we get into top 4 team territory, I think. I feel like we probably all have them. So
except for one person.
12 out of my 13 are now on the top 4. Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
Wait, really?
All right.
Did I miss somebody? Oh, no, I didn't miss somebody. I'm blanking, bro. Never mind.
I was going to say.
You better not miss somebody.
I did not miss
You better
that.
not miss somebody.
I did not miss that somebody. Okay, sorry, Alex. Number 13.
Number 13. I have Sid. I mean, if Champ Sunday went a little different, Sid would have been their MVP. I mean, my guy was just not wanting to lose. Given at the beginning of the year, I think Major 1 and Major 2, people were on his ass. Deservedly so. He wasn't playing the best. He got in his little man argument with 04 after they lost to Surge. And I mean, after that, to be honest, he turned up. Like, if you look at his stats from the Major 3 tournament on, it's literally just been him. Like, he's been frying after that. And again, he probably could have been their Major 4 MVP. Or was he? No, Hydra was. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Hydra.
But he for surely should have and could have been their champs MVP if they would have won. I mean, he was just playing that great, and I got to tip with him again. He didn't play the greatest, but after that little man coming from 04, I think it really just
got him.
Flipped the
Unlocked
switch
something.
in him, and he just took off, and he was playing really lights out. So, got to give it to him at number 13. Yeah.
Preston. What is he going to say?
I fear this may ruffle some feathers.
I already know. I know what he's about to say, bro.
Well, guess.
He's going to say Celium.
No.
Okay, I thought for a second, bro.
I have Celium's teammate. I have a BZ at 13.
Oh.
I'm not. Listen,
it's getting spicy now. It's getting spicy now.
I have a BZ at 13. Listen. The guy's gross, and we've seen him put up unbelievable numbers year after year after year. It's a down year for him, and it sucks because this is not the year that you want to have a BZ. That you want a BZ having a down year. And they built this team to run pockets for everybody. They built this team to just be good at every game mode, control, hardpoint, S&D. And the guy that you want to be the catalyst for this team is a BZ. I mean, he is your first guy in at everything. He is your S&D prowess, first, just slamming everybody. I mean, this guy, first blood, nowhere lost, all over the map, and he just had a slow year by his regards. To a lot of people in the league, that's still a great year, but in terms of BZ levels, it was a slower year for a BZ, and for that reason, I have him at 13.
All right. Hey, we'll see where everyone else has the BZ. We'll see. At number 13 for me, I once again am matching Alex. I have Sib. I think Sib, I really think Sib could swap places with, I think he could go all the way up to 11 probably, at least with how I look at my list. I think he could have been anywhere from 11 to 13. He had a bit of a better start / mid of the season, more consistency. He obviously had an inconsistency thing going on. If he played like he did at the end of the season, this guy might have been easily top 10. Like, he was incredible at the end of the year. One of the best players at Champs, easily. I think it's just a case of, like, dude, there's so many good players in this league. There really is. There's so many good players in this league. It's hopefully not disrespectful to Sib or Sib fans. I think he had a great year, honestly. And I really think, like, this dude's ceiling is high, bro. Like, I think Sib has potential to potentially be the second best flex in the game behind Scrap, honestly. You can even argue he was at the end of the season. So, shout out to Sib. I also have him at 13, matching Alex. But now we move back to number 12.
Yeah. People might call me faded for this one. I don't think so. I think it's a good place for him. I have Drawzilla at 12. People might say that's a little too low.
Got Draws at 12?
I have Draws at 12.
Chad, is he cooking?
He had a great season. I'm not gonna lie. But if you got top 6,
He had a bad champs. He had a bad
he
champs.
had a horrible champs. It's not even bad. He had a horrible champs.
Brother.
I mean, what else? Like I said it. He had a great season, great player. But some of the critiques that people had about him was that during Sunday he just wasn't having a great finals or great Sunday, and that's kind of true. I mean, if you like go and look at the stats, he didn't have a great Sunday a lot of the times, and that's what people wanted him to do and why they brought him on, and it just didn't work out that way. Again, he came in to fix all this team's issues, and going out top 6 at champs at the most important tourney, you just can't do it, unfortunately. I mean, even at Major 4, at Major 4 the tournament, he also didn't have that great of a major at all as well. So I have draws at 12.
Hey, I tip it. Stand on business, brother.
Stand on business, brother. Stand on it.
At 12, I have the guy that you had at 13, both of you. I have Sib. Exactly what you guys said. Maybe a slower start, but absolutely frying towards the end of the season. This guy's gross. This guy's shot is almost second to none. Unbelievable talent. I still think he's got a lot to develop as a player, but it's his 3rd year, so that's to be expected. So, but I mean, it's the raw talent, raw ability, raw gun skill. It's there. Nobody can deny it. I think it just needs to take a little bit more time to develop into this like a full Call of Duty player. But second at champs in your 3rd year and frying on that main stage against OPTIC like that, dude, the guy's gross. He's going to be a talent for years to come. He'll be a champion eventually.
For sure.
And he's my 12. He's my 12. He just edged out a Beezy. I was going back and forth.
He did what to him?
Who I wanted. He was edging and mewing and everything.
Yo. Okay, don't go rogue, dude. That Modelo's hitting, huh?
No. But he's my 12.
All right. Sib at 12. We all have Sib in the same range, which is nice to see. At number 12 for me, and it hurts a little bit because this guy's one of my favorite players. I have Kenny. at number 12. I think individually, right, Ken's numbers weren't spectacular. I think Sib's numbers individually were better than Kenny's, but Kenny obviously brings a ton of intangibles to a team. I think he's probably a massive part as to why OPTIC was able to regain after a tough Major 4, going out top 12. And if you really value the winning 100% on this list, then of course he's higher. It depends how you value things. I probably lean slightly more in the individual range than the team range, but I put Kenny over Sib simply because, I mean, Kenny's he's a winner, bro. So he spelled Kenny wrong. I'm not putting 2 I's, bro, although he does do that. So shout out to Ken. If people think that's low for Ken, I mean, it is what it is. I love Kenny, though, so major shout out to him. All right, Alex.
Oh, nice. Kleenex. Oh,
oh wow!
Did he just say Kleenex?
Yeah, he said Kleenex.
I was gonna say number 11, Kleenex. I just said I don't know why my mind was, but yeah, I have Kleenex.
Kleenex.
I mean, he had a great year. That's saying something when you have Scrap on your team. He didn't have the best of champs either, though. Unfortunately, got Major 1 MVP, and just had a pretty overall season. Or good, had a
this guy's
I'm tweaking
right now,
bro.
He had a pretty overall season.
He did. He played this season, bro.
Yes, he did.
He had one of the seasons of all time.
Overall season, Jesus Christ. But he did have a little bit of a dip. Kleenex, again, still a really great season. Most people in the league, they would kill for a season like his. And we've seen what he can do. We've seen his pop-off moments. Still a great player. When you're playing that, like I said, when you're playing that great, when you have Scrap on your team, you deserve to be in the top 15, top 10 even maybe. But yeah, I have Kleenex at 11.
My 11 pains me. Just it just pains me so much because I really, really would have loved for all 4 Optic guys to be in the top 10.
Oh, they
Coming
are.
11, I got Ken. I got Ken 11, and I think he just gets edged out by my number 10. But I mean,
This guy loves edging.
without a doubt, unbelievable season from him. Crazy, crazy bounce back season. Everybody thought he was done after last season. He had a terrible season last year, and comes back and well, okay,
I mean,
terrible by his accord.
yeah, but I mean, how did people who thought Kenny was gonna be ass this year need to fucking? I don't even know, bro.
Don't even act like you didn't see it. You definitely did.
I didn't think
People were
Kenny was gonna
tweaking.
be bad.
No,
People can
not
have a
yet.
bad year and then bounce back.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying people were tweaking, saying,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah, no, people were tweaking.
this pickup's terrible. Why would he just had an absolute terrible season?" Da, 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 da. Crazy bounce back season from him. Easily a top 11, could be argued to be higher. I just think the individual prowess that he had this year, the leadership. Obviously, Optic has struggled to win in the past 24-ish months. Not only did he bring a major home, they won world champs. And going from first to 12th to first is something that Optic would have never done without somebody like Kenny on the team. I'm speaking from watching them play over the few years. They had gone last year, went back-to-back second places, and we thought for sure they were peaking towards the end of the year. They were going to win the last 2 majors, including champs. They go out top 12 and then get 6 to champs. This year they win, they come back, get top 12 at champs. They come back or top 12 major 4, come back and win champs. It's the Kenny effect, leader on the team, unbelievable individual skill. And for that reason, he is my 11.
All right, shout out Big Dog Ken. At my 11, I have a BZ. I have a BZ at 11. I think. He's loud. I think a BZ had an underrated year, honestly. Not to keep plugging my videos, but if you saw my videos I did recently using stats, a BZ was a top 6 players statistically this season when you look at across all breaking point advanced statistics. So Abizi actually was very impactful this year. I think he just got overshadowed a lot by Simp and Draza at many times this season. So I still think Abizi, he plays the hardest role in the game. He plays the hardest role in the game. And especially considering he was MVP favorite or second place in MVP for everybody last year. It seems like, oh, Abizi fell off. He didn't have a great year. But in reality, I think Abizi was still really good. Not good enough to make my top 10, I guess, but still pretty good. And I think Abizi's, as long as he plays, he's going to be a top 12 player pretty much. So shout out to Abizi, but now it's time to get to the top 10.
Nice.
Now it's time to get to the top 10. And Alex, you're going to kick us off, bro.
This is where people are probably going to cook me. Yes, I have Ken Dog at number 10. I mean, let's keep it a buck. Major 1 and Major 2, he was our best player. There was no doubt about that. I mean, he was the reason why we got third, then second. Didn't have the best Major 3, Major 4, champs. Bandana Kenny came back, and I mean, put a whooping on those NYSL boys. So, yeah, I have Ken Dog. I mean, pretty much what Preston said. Literally everything. Kenny on this team was a match made in heaven. I mean, if we got, without Ken, we get 12 at Major 4, we probably get like top 6 or something, top 4 at champs, unfortunately. But with Kenny, just everything that he brings to this team, I mean, you can't down him. I mean, him and Shashi are the only 2 players that have 2 rings in the CDL. You got to ring that man. You got to give him his props. I mean, he's him, and undoubtedly. And yeah, people were on his ass that he had a horrible Major 3 and horrible Major 4, and then look what he did at champs. Came back and said, you know what? Let me put this bandana on and show you who's really daddy out here. And that's exactly what he did. I mean, that map 1 versus NYSL, he was challenging everything and everyone, and they weren't shooting back at all. So yeah, I got my dog Kenny at number 10. Call me faded. Yes, he didn't have the best overall KD throughout the season, but just his impact that he brought to Optic and just the resilience that he was able to bring to our team. Simply, I mean, he also got the ring. Can't doubt him.
It's definitely valid.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
definitely
really
valid.
think 10 is faded. I think anywhere from 10 to 13 is like makes sense.
I mean, we had 10, 11, 12. So it's not like we're like super far off. I think it's valid for sure. My 10, just barely making top 10. I got Kleenex. It sucks, right? Because this guy's gotten second at champs twice, and we really thought there was a very, very solid chance that this could be the year for Toronto, for Insight and Kleenex to finally get their rings. And the guy, unfortunately, did not have that great of an event. Kind of struggled at the worst time for Toronto. It is what it is, right? Different players have, everybody has that event where you struggle. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it was this chance for him, but who cares? The guy's season overall was unbelievable. I would argue sometimes, besides Scrap, their best player. So, and even sometimes I'd say he's probably way more impactful on that team than Scrap sometimes, depending on how much he is on with his game. Just his style of play is so impactful at times, and when he is shooting, God, they are so good. He's just so consistent. Everything about this guy's game to me just screams top 10. Just not top 10 enough to be better than the 9 in front of him, but still 10. And he's my number 10, man. Shout out Kleenex.
Shout out Kleenex indeed. I also have him at number 10. I mean, I'm not going to go into it too much. Obviously, Major 1 MVP. He was on the Team 2 All-Star, Team of the Year, whatever it was, one of the SMGs. Made it over Abizi. I think Kleenex was great. I think he had a great year. It was potentially one of his best years, right, of his career. And yeah, I mean, plays an impactful role and played it really consistently this season, in my opinion. So shout out to Kleenex. And let's keep moving, Alex. Number 9.
Number 9. Might be faded for this. I have a BZ. I mean, yeah, he didn't have the season that he had last year when he was probably should have won MVP. Jake just
Dude, honestly, my list I've like probably copied you guys like 3 or 4 times each at this point.
But yeah, he didn't have the season he had last year, but he still had a really good season. And unfortunately, when you have MVP Simp on your team, it's really hard to outshine him. I would say his worst game mode was probably HP, and that was Simp's best game mode. So when you're, when you have Simp going off like that every HP, it's kind of hard to, yeah. So, but nonetheless, he still had a really good season. I mean, other than Major 1 tournament, every other tournament he was above a 1.0. And I thought he should have won S&D Player of the Year because the pressure and the pace that he puts on the map and those first bloods that he gets are crucial for FaZe. It's the reason why they're so good at S&D, and I believe it's because of him. I know a lot of people had Simp as their S&D Player of the Year, but just Abizi, he is different for surely on S&D. And even on Control, he was pretty good this year as well. So I have him at number 9.
My 9. I have a BC's teammate, Celium. He is.
Listen.
Oh, he's got Celium at 9, chat. We're the FaZe fans.
Listen, you guys know how I feel. You guys know how I feel about Cel. I give him his flowers when his flowers are deserved. He is incredibly talented. I just don't think he is as good as everybody makes him out to be. 9 is great, obviously. But I just think there's 8 players that are better than he is based on last season. I don't need to go into stats. He's unbelievable. His stats are ridiculous, pretty much in every single game mode. I just think that there are in fact 8 people that are better than he is. So I have Cel at 9.
All right, shout out Celium, man. Shout out Celium. I'm not going to be copying anybody this time around. That's pretty cool. My number 9 might upset some people. I have Pred. At number 9. I think that's a fair. I mean, you could probably have Pred anywhere from like 9 to like 7, 6, probably. And if I look at my list with like kind of who I have, I mean, if you watch Pred a lot of this year, there were a lot of moments this year where we were like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, can he get up and can he chow with Shotzi? He was insane at Champs. He probably should have won MVP, honestly, of Champs, in my opinion. Definitely in the finals. But, I mean, like Preston just said for Celium, top 9 is still pretty good. And I think Pred, I mean, if you look at his numbers, he was also really good, right? He obviously was a great slayer, great slaying presence for this team. I guess I just had the other 8 ahead of him, I guess, right? Whatever other way is there to say it. All right, Alex, number 8.
Number 8. I have Cell.
Oh my
So
God, we're gonna get cooked.
Not too far off.
We're gonna get cooked.
I mean, it's true. I mean, like, no doubt about it. My guy, every game mode, he's gonna go in. He's gonna have a constant 1.1, 1.2, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. But it's just not doing it for me. Like, what other than getting high stats? What are we doing on the map? Like, what's there to show for a top 6 at champs? Personally, not me. So yeah, I mean, again, he's nasty. I don't doubt it. Trio is probably going to stick together and pick up Ghosty. Who knows? But yeah, I have him at 8.
I did this for a sole purpose, just to piss so many people off, and it's great. At number 8, I got Dashy because he's the better player between the two of them. World champ. Honestly deserves every single ounce of his flowers this year. Proves so many people wrong. You guys can all suck my nuts. I've been defending this guy for years. Defended him every single podcast episode this season. I just think, unfortunately, there were 7 players better statistically, but that's okay because he took the play style to help his team win. He's way more objective-minded now. He's no longer like focused on slaying out and getting in high engagements. He's just making the right plays, being in the correct spots on the map, and I think 8 is a very fair place to have Dashy this season. There were times where he wasn't statistically that dominant per se. I mean, the guy struggled in grand finals at champs. Statistically speaking, but without a doubt, changed his gameplay for the better. Helps his team win now and is a winner, which is what a lot of people were doubting him. So now 4, including a champs, I got Dashy at 8, who is 1 higher than Cell.
All right, dude. Damn, you guys are you guys Cell haters? Are you guys Celium haters? That's crazy, bro.
Dashy lovers.
you guys might be Cell haters, and I think I'm one too. I got Celium at number 8. I mean, listen, number 8's really not hating, right? At the end of the day, right? Being the 8th best player in the league. Honestly, when we got into this range, I started thinking about my top 10-ish going into champs, and I had Cell at 5 going into champs in my, like, personally. Like, I thought Cell was better than Draza, better than Dashy. But after champs, I dropped him down to 8. If people think that's disrespectful, it's cool. I just think the people above him,
fucking dog, Jake.
And this could be my own personal like philosophy on COD. I just think the people above him are more impactful on the map. I mean, they definitely are. Celium has his own type of impact. I just think the people that I have above him, the 7 people above him, I just think are more impactful. But for me, I think 5 through 8 in my list could totally be swapped around. Like, I think 5 through 8, you could have Cell at 5, and you could have my 5 at 8, and I'd be okay with that. But yeah, all right. Alex, number 7.
Number 7. What happened?
I said, let's go.
Oh.
I'm glad he put Cell in it because people are going to be like, oh, that's up the dick.
Number 7. Give me the fucking boy. Give me Dan motherfucking Ghosty at number 7. I don't want to hear shit about let's say that. Dan was the best fucking player out of the top like echelon players that we have. I don't want to hear shit about it. Dan the man, he is him. Himothy certified. Don't let him go to FAZE is all I'm saying, because then he's gonna get second and second and second.
Hey, chill, bro, chill.
So,
oh shit.
But yeah, I love Dan. I mean, he had his all series, but throughout the fucking year, I mean, he was putting LA Thieves on his fucking back. Like without sure, Rick. Without Dan, LAT might be the most dog shit team ever.
That's fucked up.
To
You're not wrong.
mean-
That's fucked up.
I mean,
like, yeah. This I'm gonna say, Ghosty. Shout out to him. Them boys really picked it up at champs. They got top 4 for a fucking reason. They were playing their hearts out. Couldn't beat Optic. That's okay. Not for everybody.
That's crazy.
But shout out to Dan. He was on Optic last year, and he's gonna be a future star in this league for years to come. I don't know if he's a free agent or not. I think he is. Might be. Don't remember. Jake, you would know.
He's on a +1. I'm pretty sure. This
he's on a +1. So guess what? He's not going anywhere, lads, unless someone wants to pay that big chunk of change for him. But yeah, got my boy Dan at 7.
I got my boy AG. I have AG at 7. I think I could see 9, right? I could see anywhere in this range. For me, it's 7 purely on the reason when he was playing at his peak, he was one of the greatest players in the lobby, if not the. Even Major 1, when Optic was kind of struggling per se against the higher teams, this guy was taking over. Dropped 40 on Subbase versus Seattle to get him to Sunday. Was playing very well against FaZe. He struggled a bit on Sunday, Major 2. With the drama of him going out late night on Saturday and partying, whatever, who cares?
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Major 3 was a huge reason for them winning. Him and Shotzi flying all over the place. And then Major 4, he struggled and they struggled. Top 12, and I think him struggling is a big reason for them struggling as bad as they did, just because of the player that he is. I think that he's a player that you're expecting almost to get 2 kills. Shotzi's going in first, doing what he's supposed to be doing, and AG's following up, probably getting 1, if not 2. And he struggled Major 4, but man, did he turn it up champs when we needed him, man. What an event from that guy. And the energy that he brings, the slaying ability that he brings, everything. He brings the best out of Ant. I think he brings the best out of Dashy, because he's just running all over the map. I think it makes Dashy's job a lot easier. I just love him as a player. I'm happy he's on Optic, and I think he's top 7 for me.
Damn. Pred at number 7. All right, so you got Pred over Big Brucey. I see you. I see you for sure.
I do. I mean, they're 7 and 8, so I mean,
yeah. At number 7 for me, I have Big Brucey. I got Dashy at number 7, man. I mean, what does there really say about Dashy? He's consistent. He was the iciest player in the league this year. He had so many big moments for Optic, especially in SND. After Champs, I put him over Celium. If people think that's crazy, I mean, I know you guys obviously don't, because that's clearly what all 3 of us have, but I got Dashy at number 7, man. I think the dude just had a solid year. Number 1 Hill Kit and number 1 OBJ player. I mean, what else is there to say? He finally got his ring, so definitely shout out to Dashy. All right, Alex, number 6.
Number 6. I got that boy, Big Brucey. I mean, what our kill hitting, our hill kitten, our king of the hill, our guy doing the dirty work, but would turn up when he fucking needed to. That 3-piece on Karashi versus Subliners is the reason we fucking won that map. I will not say this again. Dashy is miles better than Celium, and I'm gonna keep saying it. You can suck it if you want. I don't. That guy is a fucking winner now. Oh, he doesn't have a ring. Well, guess what? Ring me, bitch. Ring me. That man he's him. Straightest shot in the league for the past, 6 years, 5 years? Who knows now? I mean, in my opinion, I just saw that Skies won the clutchest player of the year.
Really?
In my opinion,
What?
that is the clutchest player of the year.
You're lying.
No, really?
I'm keeping it a buck. I just saw it too.
I mean, listen, Skies was icy this year, bro, but like, I mean,
Even-
Dashy was fucking insane. Dude, literally the one clutch against FaZe. He should have won it for him.
Brandon, or he tweeted it. He said,
I wonder what the
"Whoever
stats
does
are,
these
though.
stats needs to be investigated." Well, yeah, we'll talk about that later. Nonetheless, in my opinion, the iciest player in the entire fucking league. I mean, that 1v3 against FaZe was the reason we won Major 3. what I think it was no, I don't know if it was him or not, but nonetheless, he had so many great 1v1s, 1v2s, whatever it is. Every time he was in a 1v2, I was never not like, oh fuck, we're about to lose this round, because I know he could do it. Like he was just that icy. Yeah, Brucey, that's the fucking guy. I mean, got his ring after all the bullshit that people were saying he's not a winner. He did it this time, and bam, now nobody can say shit about him. Best OBJ player in the league, rightfully so. Changed up his play style for the betterment of the team, and look what happened. The boys won a ring. You love to see it. You love to see it. So I got my boy at number 6. Easy out.
Number 6 for me. I got draws. Now listen, okay? I might not personally be the biggest Draza fan with all the drama that he has, whatever.
Bro. Don't even front. You love him.
No, I mean I do. I don't dislike him. A lot of people dislike Draws. A lot. But you guys are fucking faded if you don't think Draza played unbelievable for this FaZe team this year. He is without a doubt their second best player this year. Not even close. He was without a doubt their second best player. He's a big reason they won Major 2. Okay, big reason they won Major 2. And I'm not going to lie, probably shouldn't be dropped. If they go out and they struggle at EWC, he's probably going to get dropped, which sucks. But he probably shouldn't. Because he was unbelievably nasty. His S&D is unbelievable too. Helped them because last year there was times that their S&D struggled. The year before in Vanguard, big reason they struggled in that game mode too. So I think he helped out in that game mode a lot, which is the reason they looked really dominant for the most part at times this year. Just, you know, I think this FaZe team is in a weird cycle, right? We call it I started calling it the FaZe cycle, where they just swap in a fourth and call it a day. People are like, we got to get scrap. And I'm like, at this point, it's just the FaZe cycle, man. You're going to drop Draza for scrap. It's just another version of the FaZe cycle. It'd be 4 different fourths in 4 years. Something's got to give. You know, at one point, you got to really look inside your team and think that something's not working if you're not getting the results that you want. And, you know, people call me crazy. Like, these guys are unbelievably dominant. They just set the CDL regular season point records. Yeah, they did. For 1 major and top 6 at champs. I don't give a fuck what you guys say. Okay? Shit. I do not give a fuck what anybody says, right? They want to win. And they did one time early in the season. Who cares? They got second in Major 1. They got second at Major 4. They got top 6 at champs. They won Major 2. Whoop-de-doo. These guys want to win. They're not here to set regular season records. They're here to win. And they haven't. They haven't won as much. OPTIC now has more chips than they do in the past 3 years.
Oh, shit.
NYSL has more chips than they do in the past 3 years.
Oh,
Toronto
shit.
has more chips than they do in the past 3 years. These guys that
And
are supposed to be
LAT.
These guys that are supposed to be a dynasty don't win. So look inside and change. Keep Draza. He was unbelievable for you guys this year. And make a change within your trio. Go ahead. I'm done.
Oh, shit. Yo, he just went on a side quest there to go on a little FaZe rant. I tip it, bro. I tip it. At number 6, I also have Draza. Another copy on my list here. I mean, listen, I'm a Draws glazer, bro. I love Draws. He won us a chip. I think Draws is great. Yeah, no, I think Draws is really go for
Pause.
it.
Frostbite, you can get the fuck up out of here, my guy. Like, no one gives a fuck. Like, if you want to have, everyone can have their own fucking opinion. If you're that butthurt about it, my guy, you can get the fuck up out of here.
Jesus Christ. Hey, guys, remember, we're talking about video games at the end of the day. We're ranking fucking people who play video games. It's really not serious. If we don't agree with each other, it's all good at the end of the day. That is the fun part about these lists. If anything, that's almost the expected part about these lists, because there's no way for it to all be to be accurate. And the even best part about it is like 10 through, or like, I mean, 6 through, or 5 through like 13 are like all A-tier players. You know what I mean? Like, they're all in the same tier. But it's all good, bro. It's all good. Alex, you got number 5, bro.
So, this might be a little biased. I talked to my guy before champs. I had a great conversation with him. I got my boy AG. I mean, people were on his ass, deservedly so, for Major 4. I mean, he was just not playing the greatest. But he turned up when he needed to. Other than that, I mean, my guy just had a wonderful year. He had a great year overall. He showed us why we needed to have him. People were like, "Oh, we need to drop him, this and this and that." That was never not necessary. I mean, we knew he was going to pick it up. We knew he always showed up on at champs. So I got my boy AG. People might call me faded for having him at 5, but I got him.
Shout out
Holy
Fred.
shit. Bro, I am in tears. Bro.
He's literally crying over here.
Bro, you are fucking comedy, Alex. Holy shit, dude. I am in fucking
I
tears.
don't get it. We have different opinions. People want like
Oh my
get so upset that they have to leave.
I'm watching this guy cook me mid-rant. Alex just says, "Get the fuck out, dude." I'm in tears. Okay.
Dude, at the end of the day, like, it is what it is, man. I mean, not everyone's going to agree, and that's okay. That's the fun part about it. But also, like, if people are going to say you guys are optic biased, you can look at my list, and we almost have the same shit. Like, and I'm not optic biased. So, listen, at the end of the day, it's cool if everyone wants to disagree with each other. There's no way for it to be perfect. If you think fucking simp is number 1 or you think simp is number 4, bro, I'm not going to argue with you. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, who cares? Who cares?
Everybody has different opinions, man. That's what makes the world go round.
We keep it moving, you know what I'm saying?
My number 5. I got the man, the motherfucking man, Dan Ghosty. What a year for this guy, man. I don't care. Top 5 player. Guy, unbelievable season. The only reason LAT did anything this year at all. I mean, this guy was fighting for his damn life on that roster. This guy is unbelievable. Easily the best player outside the top 4 teams. Top 5 player overall. My God, just does it all for that team, man. He's getting the kills. He's getting the time. He's playing objective. Unbelievable in S&D. God, I love this guy, man. Absolute superstar. He's going to be a champion sooner or later. Not much more to say about Dan, man.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a certified Dan Ghosty Glazer, right? Like, I mean, I might as well put it in my bio at this point. I love Dan Ghosty. I hope he doesn't leave us for FaZe. I don't think he will, but who knows after his contract actually expires. And I got the same thing as you, Preston. I have Ghosty at 5. I went back and forth on this a lot because I try to be as unbiased as I can with these lists, right? Like, I try to think of myself as a pretty unbiased person. And I think I did a good job. Maybe I really do have some deeply rooted subconscious bias here on this pick. Like I said, I think 5 through 9, you could mix and match, bro. I think you could have Dashy here. I think you could have Draza here. Shit, you can have Celium here. It just depends what you value. I think Dan was just incredible, bro. I mean, literally without him, we might be 11th place just ahead of Boston because they're fucking ass. But yeah, I mean, Dan Ghosty was an absolute bailout this season. He's got insane gunny. He does it in every single mode. He does it. He does objective. He does kills. Like, the guy is incredible. He does comms. He can be a leader. He really is, like, genuinely, I think, one of the best players in the league, and in a total non-biased way. And then also a biased way, I think he's one of the best players in the league. So major shout out to Ghosty. And also, if you watch my videos, another plug, he was number 5 statistically on LAN and over the course of the entire season, if you look at all the breaking point stats. So Ghosty is amazing. Without him, LAT probably would have been pretty buns. No disrespect to those other guys, but Dan's him, bro. He really is. He really is him. Okay. Listen, now that we're in the top 4 territory, I want to say one thing, and then I want to pose a question. First thing I want to say, genuinely speaking, you could have this top 4 in any fucking order, and I would not argue with you. I think it could be in any order. You could have Simp, Shotzi, Hydra, Scrap at number 1. None of them matter. I don't care. Whoever you have at 1, totally valid. It does not matter to me. Number 2, should we do it 1 by 1, or should we do our entire top 4 at once, since it is literally so close? Or maybe we do 4, 3, and then we do 2 and 1 together.
That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll do it like that. But genuinely, chat, do not get butthurt if someone has Simp 4. Do not get butthurt if someone has Simp 1. It does not matter, bro. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. We're just a bunch of fucking random COD fans who have a podcast that you do not have to watch if you don't want to. I think that's the funnest part about all this shit. So
Promise you don't have to. You can
So,
go watch the play. Listen
it
to their
really,
birthday
really comes down to how you look at things. And I kind of just went straight off vibes for my top 4 at this point, because like I said, it could literally go anyway.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, please don't get butthurt. Alex, start it off.
Yeah, I'm a Ruffles first. I have Simp at 4.
Jesus Christ.
Mr.
Everything I just
MVP.
said went out the window. Everyone's pissed
Uh,
now.
Mr. MVP. Probably my favorite player outside of Optic. Him and Scrap are definitely my favorite players outside of Optic. I mean, great fucking season. I'm not gonna knock it. Great fucking season. He won MVP. I had Scrap as my MVP, but he won MVP for the league, and a lot of people had him at MVP as well. But I took winning into factorization a lot when it came to this top four, or even the whole list, honestly. And going at a top six as MVP with probably the best team that you have had within the last 4 or 5 years, with the most CDL points, coming off second and winning Major 2, that should not fucking happen. I mean, pretty plain and simple. That's what I'm going with.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, man. That's the fun part. Preston.
Who's your three? Who's your three?
Oh, you wanted to do
my-
4 and 3?
I thought we said 4-3 and then
Well,
2-1.
I thought like 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll go 4. Okay. Guess what? You guys aren't gonna believe this. I got Simp at 4.
Do you actually?
I do.
You're not trolling?
I'm not trolling. I got Simp at 4. Now I know you guys are gonna think, oh, I got Simp at 1. No, but I got Simp at 4. Okay, I got Simp at 4. I think the 3 people that are above him are better.
Peace.
All 4. I think all 3 people above him deserve to be above him. I think he had an unbelievable season. I think Scrap got gypped of the MVP. But listen, I'm not going to disagree that this guy is a absolute superstar. He is an absolute superstar. Unbelievable season. Won the season MVP. The guy's great. Just, I think he's the 4th best player this year. There's not much to say about it, to be honest. I just think he's the 4th best player this year.
All right. That's double Simp 4. Who would have thought heading into champs, right? Sorry, my dog is growling. I think he hears the cat outside the door, like knocking shit over or whatever. Rocket, please stop so I can say I have Simp number 4. I don't actually have Simp number 4. I have Shotzi number 4. If people don't want to disagree with me, like I said, it's totally fine. Like I said, I kind of just went strictly off my vibes on this one. I didn't really try to look into it too much. I think the other 3 just had a bit more of a consistent season. I think Shotzi's peaks might have been the highest out of anyone this season. I mean, he did walk away with 2 MVPs, right, of majors or of events. But to be fair, he did hard carry Optic at many points this season, especially like Major 3, Major 4 territory. He was their best player without a doubt. Yeah, I think for me, what it came down to is like, when I first started making my list, I was almost like, this guy won Major 3 MVP. This guy won Champs MVP. He should probably be higher, right? Because I had him at 4 going into Champs. But then I thought about Vanguard, where Kenny won back-to-back events and back-to-back MVPs, and no one had Kenny in their top 3 that season. It was still Celium, Dashy, and Pred. So for that reason, I was like comfortable with my pick of Shotzi at 4. And like I said, you could do it in any order. So yeah, I kept Shotzi at 4 even after Champs. So maybe I'm faded, bro. Maybe I'm an Opticator.
Certified. Put a stamp on it.
Certified hater, bro. Certified hater.
I have Scrap at 3. I mean, knocked out the guy at number 4 at Champs. Great fucking year overall. He was my pick for MVP. I mean, there's not much to say. Great fucking year from him. Got 3rd at Champs, won Major 1, got 4th at Major 2, got 2nd at Major 3, and then got, 3rd again at Major 4? Can't remember. No, they got knocked out, like, early, right?
What? Who?
Major 4 Ultra? Or
No,
am I
they got
tweaking?
4th.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
they got T4 every event.
All right, so 4. Yeah, I mean, great fucking year for him. Can't deny it. So yeah, that's why I have 3.
I have Shotzi. Listen, I love this guy. Absolute superstar. I'll defend this guy till I run out of gas. I mean, for fuck's sakes. But he's my 3rd. I can put him above Simp. I can't put him above my remaining two. I think hopefully a lot of people respect that. I don't even think people are gonna think that he's this high. I don't care. This guy's the most impactful player in the league. I said it once. I'll say it again. I'll say it every single season. When he's in flow state, he is the best player in the league. And we saw that twice this year. Saw it Major 3, we saw it at Champs. This guy was moving, walking highlight reel, doing just unspeakable things on the map.
Oh god, you're gonna get him turned up, bro. He's gonna be
At
turned
all
up.
times. Absolute superstar. My third player this year. And if it wasn't for the 2 player above, he'd be higher. But unfortunately, the 2 people above deserve to be above.
All right. All right. Well, we're all gonna have a different number 3, which is kind of cool. Dude, this shit was so hard, bro. Like, it pains me saying any of these names where I have them because I feel like there's just so many arguments to go otherwise, but I have Simp at number 3. I hate to use the argument of, like, your team is so good against Simp because Simp did have a great year. Statistically, Simp was the best player this season, like I said in my videos that I made. But I just think the 2 guys, obviously, I have above him in Scrap and Hydra. I think they just had to hard carry the fuck out of their teams. I think they had to hard carry their team so hard, and to still go as far as they did, you know what I mean? To still make grand finals for both of those teams, right? New York and Ultra still making 2 grand finals with some struggling players on both of those teams at those times. Yeah, it was tough, bro. It really sucks to use that argument against Simp, but at the end of the day, it's also like, they probably should have won more. So I hate that maybe it's his teammates' faults I have him at 3, but I just think the other 2, strictly off of individual play, are just harder carries for their teams. Which is what my tiebreaker was here for those spots. So, all right, Alex.
Can we just do 2 and 1?
Yeah, 2 and 1 at the same time. 2 and 1 at the same time.
2 and 1, okay. Number 2, I have Hydra. Great fucking.
Oh god, oh, Preston's losing it.
Oh my god! Oh, I'm fucking crying.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Dude,
wow.
this is fucking comedy. I have Hydra at 2. Great fucking year. Was talking shit to Simp in game chat and said that's my fucking MVP. Probably deservedly so. My guy was fucking crazy. Owned those little digits in Major 4. Carried NYSL throughout the entire fucking season. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about Hydra. And number 1, give him my fucking superstar.
Oh lordy, here
My
we go.
fucking Champs MVP. You heard that? Champs MVP. One of 2 players to win a ring in the CDL. Let's talk about it, all right?
That's what he meant. That's what he meant. That's what he meant.
Wait, that's what I said, right? One of 2 players.
1 of 2 players win 2 rings in the CDL. You said 1 of 2 players to win a ring.
There's like 17 people that don't want a ring.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Give me those 2 rings. Online Mickey Mouse ring shit. Whatever. Home crowd cheese shit. Whatever. We can never win. You can never win. Give my fucking superstar at number 1. My guy came in, didn't have the best Major 1, but then look what the fuck he did. The most impactful player in the entire CDL, won champs, took over without a lot of his fucking plays. We don't win. I'll be honest with you. I mean, my guy was. I'll say this again. I said this last time. When he is in flow state, he is the best player in the league. Better than Scrap, better than Hydra, better than Simp, Pred, Dashy, Ghosty, Set, whoever you want. He is the best player when he is in flow state. And he gets in flow state. People say, oh, he gets in flow state every now and then. No, he gets in flow state a lot. Towards the end of the season, he was in flow state pretty much every control, damn near every hard point. And he was carrying us in Search and Destroy. Even when we were on that 12-game losing streak, he was the only bright spot. And let's keep it a buck. So I have him at number 1. Yes, he didn't have the best overall, Major 1 at the beginning, but then he got significantly better as the season went on. Ended up with the ring. Ended up with 2 MVPs. 2 MVPs. Let's not forget that. 2 wins. And best of all, ring. I mean, what can you say? Shotzi number 1. That's my fucking dude. It's my fucking guy. I'm out. Peace.
Listen, I mean, to be fair, if you would tell someone who does never watch COD before, who do you think is the best player in the league, and you told them that one guy won 2 MVPs out of 5 events, they might lean that person. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Sip also obviously won the season MVP and an event MVP, but like I said, bro, 1 through 4 is so up in the air, so your list is just as valid as the next. You don't have to defend yourself as, I mean, you're gonna have to because people don't like Optic, but I don't think you
Twitter
should.
and Reddit, you're gonna be fighting for your life.
I don't think you should, but
I'm gonna get another check at the end of the week. Watch.
Get that.
I know this guy got a $100 Twitter check.
Listen, get that Jon Snow's sheathing gift ready, brother. You're gonna be posting it about 30 times. All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Preston, you're top 2, man. You're top 2. Let's hear it.
I do. Now listen. Okay, both these guys are absolutely phenomenal, right? I mean, they are 1 and 2 in the CDL, in my opinion, of course. I think this guy at 2 should have won MVP. I think he was gypped. I have Scrap at number 2. Well, how can he be number 2 and you think he wants MVP? Because I think he's unbelievably valuable to that Toronto Ultra team. That's why. Not saying that number 1 isn't. Obviously, he is. But I have number 1 just because of his pure takeover ability. I have this guy at number 2 because of his raw talent and his his consistency is unbelievable. I don't know what it is, man. With Scrap, Toronto with some grand finals recently. It's just it just kind of pisses me off a little bit because they get to the grand finals and then they just do nothing. Almost, they just don't show up. I don't know what it is. They get to the finals of Major 3 and they get absolutely slammed. They get to grand finals last year in MW2. They get absolutely slammed. I don't know what it is. They won Major 1. Kudos to them. But I think they just struggle on Sundays. I don't know what it is. Obviously Scrap individually does not struggle, but in the grand finals he got pissed on.
My bad.
So, I mean, I'm going to say that because I know that this guy, number 1, I don't ever see him get pissed on. Very rarely do I see this guy get pissed on. This guy had me shitting myself at the champs right next to Jake because he was just not dying, actually.
Yeah,
I saw him get a 13-second ace on Karachi S&D and my heart sunk. My best player of the year. Oh,
I was shitting my pants.
yeah. I was gonna say that put him on that point. I was shitting myself. I'm like, this guy's got 15 and it's not even over yet. My best player of the year is Hydra. If we were going into champs and this wasn't a full year thing, I would have had Scrap. But I think the champs performance for me from Hydra, it really propelled him to number 1 for me, man. And if MVP was a full year round, including champs, I'd probably have Hydra as my MVP as well, if I'm being real. This guy is unbelievable, man. NYSL looked lost at points this year, and then when they finally fixed it, they looked like, okay, they finally fixed it, but they're not the NYSL we had last year. They're not going to beat these guys at the top. Dude, this guy just carrying them through, fighting for his entire team, at times just putting everybody on that squad on their back. We saw freaking Kismet have back-to-back series where he's neg 30, neg 35, neg 40, and they're winning 3-1, a comfortable game 5. Like, dude, this dude Paco is ridiculous. I don't know. I think he had like the highest 30 kill 30 kill hardpoint maps by like 5 or 6 maps or something by a ridiculous margin. He was number 1. Tied for highest kills in a series in a 5-game stretch. I mean, dude, like, this guy is just filthy. I can give him all the gas in the world. It won't make a difference. So I got him at number 1, and that finishes my top 20 list.
All right. All right. For my number 2 and number 1 spot, I'm a copycat. What can I say? I have the same thing as Preston. I'd scrap at 2 and Hydra at 1. I mean, obviously, how much more is there that I can say about these guys since you both touched on them? I think Scrap was my MVP pick for the regular season. I think he was the most valuable player in those 4 majors, those 4 stages we saw. He does it with an AR, but he plays like a sub. So if you want to take a little bit away from him for using an easier gun, I guess, sure, you can do that. But I think he absolutely hard carried. I think he's one of the most consistent players in the league, except for maybe a grand finals here and there. He just got absolutely piss slammed. But I'm my number 1 spot, bro. I think Hydra's the best player in the league, man. I really think if you ignore team success, which is hard to do in COD because there's only 4 players per team, obviously, and team success is what matters at the end of the day. But when you're ranking individual players, I think Hydra's absolutely the best player in the league, in my personal opinion. The guy is just insane. The only thing he doesn't do is play the objective, but it's literally not his job. Like, if this guy should not be playing the objective, you know what I mean? Like, there's just no world in which he should be. So I don't know, dude. Hydra broke how many records this year, right? This season. How many records at the end of the year does this guy hold? First bloods, 30 kill games, kills in a series. Like, he really is. Hydra's the ultimate hard carry. He's the ultimate hard carry. The dude's gunny on one of the hardest roles in the game with the harder gun. I mean, obviously he flexed a lot with the MCW, as all subs did this year, but I personally think Hydra is the best player in the game for MW3 and last year too. But I mean, this guy's fucking him, bro. He obviously had help with Sib at Champs, but like Kids was like minus 100 going into Champs Grand Finals, bro. Like Hydra literally this season willed his team to wins over the course of the entire season. And then, of course, they obviously were able to win when his team actually finally fucking helped him out at Major 4. So I think he's him, bro. I think Hydra's absolutely him. But at the end of the day, your top 4 could be in any order, man. I'm going to keep reiterating it because I know people are fucking mad. You could have this top 4 in any order, and I'm literally not going to argue with you. But that is our top 20, man. That is our top 20. You can see all of our lists fully on screen. I'll take a screenshot of this and tweet it out after we're done. So, of course, we can get cooked, but we can get our impressions. You know what I'm saying? We can get our impressions.
Money.
Dude, Reddit is going to have a field day. Reddit's going to have a field day.
I feel bad having Simp at 3, especially because he did win MVP. And it's not that he didn't deserve MVP. I definitely think him and Scrap were in the running for that. But, dude, I just think Hydra and Scrap are just fucking hard carries, bro. Like, I don't think it gets any harder than the carry those two put out, man. In my opinion. On my list, of course. Yeah. But that's it, chat. That's the list, man. Let us know what you guys think. If you're watching in post, if you're watching this tomorrow, you're watching the VOD or whatever, let us know what you think. What's the most faded take? What takes do you agree with? I'm sure people disagree with things. You know, it's how it's going to be. But that's the fun part, bro. That's the fun part. Because, listen, this might come as a shock. But chat, listen to me when I say this. There's no right answer. There's no right answer with these lists. Isn't that the best part? There is no right answer, bro. It does not matter. You can value this however you want. Every single person's list is going to be different. Now, there's not a single person in chat who has the same list as one of us. I guarantee it. And that's the fun, man. That's why I wanted to start content with this sort of thing, because this shit is what is fun to me. So, yeah, if you disagree, thank you. If you agree, thank you. That's all I got to say, man.
Yeah, if you agree, thank you. If you disagree, no, I'm playing. No, I love you all. I mean, again, people get too riled up over this shit. I mean, I'm also a guilty person of that. Like, sometimes I be seeing shit and I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's just, I promise you, it's never that deep. I promise you, never that deep. It is what it is. Half these people don't even fucking know us. They don't even know we fucking exist. Except for Jake. He has everyone on his team that follows him. So he is Hollywood. He is Hollywood.
Guy is so Hollywood, man.
Hollywood.
Fred Shotzi, please, bro.
But yeah, so again, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Tex just got in here.
Dude, I will say Draws 12, I think is the worst spot for any of these lists.
Draws 12 is
the craziest one out of any of these lists, in my opinion.
Don't drop a 0.7 and go out top 6. And,
oh man.
It's that simple. But yeah, again, half the people don't fucking know us. They don't give a fuck. People in the community are always gonna hate you, love you, no matter what. whatever fucking team you're on, honestly. So it is what it is. We keep moving forward. And we can't wait for EWC.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Preston, closing words, final words from you, Forehead, Spectacles.
Sure. Shotzi's the controller for FPS GOAT.
Oh, shit, here we go.
Dashi is a better player than Celium.
Oh, shit.
Kenny is going to make this team a dynasty in about 16 months.
Oh, shit.
And AG is the third best SMG in the league. So that's it. That's all from fourth best SMG in the league. That's it for me. Appreciate everybody as always. I'm just having fun. Not really. But listen, like Jake said, man, everybody's list is different. That's what makes this fun. That's what makes the world go round, man. Everybody's opinion is going to be different. People can go strictly off stats. People can go off of winning. People can go off of impact. There's different variations that people can value as more important than others, man. It's what happens. No one has Lins.
Yeah, Lin's unfortunately is not top 20. IMO.
No.
IMO.
No.
Right. You can have him, bro. If you have Lin's top 20, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
I have GodRX at number 1.
W.
Actually, I changed my mind.
W. I didn't know we were inverting our lists.
Yes.
W.
GodRX, that guy's the best player in the league.
There was a couple people in here that I felt bad.
Tiff!
What's up, Tiff? Shout out Tiff, man. This is Tiff's overlay she made for us that we're using.
He'd be 20th.
Inverting is wild. That is wild.
I mean, sorry, GodRX. I hope he's having a good retirement, though, at the end of the day.
Nah, but that's all. I mean, shout out you guys
Yeah.
for watching, as always. I don't know what other lists we can really make, to be honest. I mean, it's hard to do this. We can, update... now we can update our top 30 if we want, because that's shifted around. Kenny and Shotzi are now both top 10.
Yeah, we'll update. I think we'd update our top 30. We're already on Reddit.
We got
Christ.
posted on Reddit already.
I think I'll pull it up in a second. I think we update our top 30 after EWC just so we can see who wins that. And I also think we could do a top 30 or top 20, whatever, CDL era, strictly. Let me pull this up, bro.
No way we're already on Reddit, bro. There's no way we're...
That's because Frostbite posted it.
Did he
guy
actually?
Who was in chat. To be fair,
he loves us.
He didn't say.
He loves
I
us.
mean, he literally. It's not like he said, "Hey, these guys are fucking ass." And Frostbite has posted my content on Reddit before. He's asked me if he could do it too. So, I mean, I like Frostbite. Major shout out to him. At the end of the day, bro, if you don't agree with lists, there's no need.
No, that's fine.
There's no need to call each other names and fucking argue and
I thought people were clowning us already. I'm like, what?
it's just at the end of the day, dude, these lists are fucking hard and no one's ever going to agree, bro. There is no fact. There is no, I hate when people say, it's not even close or, you're wrong. You're not wrong, bro. You can't be wrong. It's not possible. Unless you're making your list, off of KD, then sure, you can be wrong if you don't have Celium number 1. Obviously. Y'all trash. Joey, get out of here.
There's one thing that we can all agree on.
What's that, bro?
OPTIC's the best team.
Shotzi is a superstar.
Oh, yeah. I think everyone with eyes should agree with that, for sure.
That's my number 1.
For sure. But yeah, chat, we hope you enjoyed, man. We'll have more episodes obviously coming out. We'll probably have to do EWC predictions or something like that maybe before that happens. We'll update our top 30s. We'll do some other lists and fun shit in the offseason. If you have any ideas, DM it to us. I don't know, tweet at us, comment it. But we hope you guys enjoyed the lists. If you disagree, like I said, honestly, man, it's all good.
I hope the Black Ops 6 beta has zombies in some form or fashion, because I'd be down to run some rounds with that.
We'll see, bro. Black Ops 6 has been doing heavy zombies marketing, so I hope so.
Yeah, Tiff's the GOAT.
Yeah, shout out Tiff.
Give her a mod, Jake. Why don't you?
Give her a mod? Oh, shit, Tiff. You're a professional
She's
mod.
a professional.
Why the fuck is it not letting me do it? I gotta switch screens. That's the professional mod right there. Add as moderator. There you go, Tiff. There you go. W, Tiff.
That's A1 right there. That's
W,
A1.
Tiff.
But yeah, again, we appreciate everyone. If you hate us, if you love us, Frostbite, I have no ill intent towards you. It's just you came at everyone different, and I was like, all right, my guy, if you're gonna be like that and say you don't want to watch the show, just leave. Like you don't have to say shit. But
tears, brother. You had me in tears, brother.
it is what it is. You know, I don't have no ill intent. I don't even know you like that, so I'm not gonna get too pressed about it. But it is what it is. We're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna try to pump out content for y'all. You know, we're gonna keep doing those. You know, pup stomping streams with the boys and stuff like that. Shit, I might hop on right now if the boys wanna hop on.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
down. I'm down again.
I'll play for a little bit.
And
This guy's
then,
gonna get his ass beat.
but yeah,
Nobody tell my
we love y'all.
fiance.
Mwah.
Yeah,
That's all.
kisses, chat.
Peace.
Absolute kisses, chat. We appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'll be live tomorrow and Sunday. Check me out, YouTube and Twitch. I mean, if you're watching me here, you know where I'm going to be. But yeah, thank you guys. We hope you have a good rest of your weekend, man. And we'll see you guys for episode 30 next week, probably. But yeah, have a good one, chat.